if you are a young guy or a young lady watching this video now, please don't skip. There's a vital information I want to lay down to you. Look, everything you have been made to believe about this world is untrue, and I want to tell you why. So many things, they have painted a picture for us, trying to let us admire the world in a certain direction, work hard towards a certain direction. I want to shock you that all those things you think about the world is untrue. And we have been totally diverted. Our minds, our attention has totally been diverted. And we are following a certain course that the system wants us to move. Now, I want to ask you a question. How can you imagine when the picture has been painted to you? You necessarily don't have to imagine anything any longer, because they have painted a certain picture for you, and that's what you are following. That's what the system has told you, that if you go to school, you can get a good job, you can build a good family. So you are following just that. They have imagined, just imagine, when I was in primary school, my teacher told me, when you finish primary school, you'll be better off. When I finished primary school, I went to junior high. He said, when you finish junior high, you will rest. I went to senior high, the same thing. I went to the tertiary education, the same thing. Even after tertiary, I am still struggling in life. But they've made it in a picture form that once you are able to complete this cycle, your life is going to be better. Look, let me tell you something. All these things that we are told to do in this world is a form of diverting our attention from the main deal. The system is working opposite direction. So everything in the system is working against you, but to keep you busy so that you don't remember or to even think about the system working against you, we say go to school, get some certificate, get some masters, call yourself a master's degree holder, a PhD degree holder, and then you come out looking for a job. And when you die, no matter how you rise in the rank, your children cannot take over. You die, and that ends it. So how can you imagine a better life when they have painted this picture to you? How can you imagine changing a lifestyle? How can you imagine having a better future for yourself and your generation when they have painted a picture that go to school, get a certificate, come home and get a job, and then live a better life? The picture is painted. And that is a system of the world, controlling your mind, controlling your ideas, and you think this is the best way while the system is moving in an opposite direction. I'll show you. You see, in 1972, before 1972, the US dollar was backed by gold. So every dollar in the pockets of Americans before 1972, they were made to believe that $1 had a value of gold in reserve. So if you had $10, there's also a gold in stock that is valued the same as your $10. So more or less, the dollar bill or the dollar paper was like a fake of gold. So whatever you are holding in your hand, the government had the same value in stock of gold. But in 1972, something happened. And then, because of market imperfection and speculations, people started to bring their bills to the bank to take gold. Because that's what you promised. You promised that gold is in stock, equivalent to the dollar bills in my pocket. So now I want to tell you that no, I don't need you to give me dollar bills any longer. Just give me my gold. So they rushed and the banks crashed. So the president at the time had to announce that United States is no longer going to back their currency dollar by gold. That is how come US left the gold standard. And because It is the world reserve currency where every country in the world use dollar to buy petrol and some other energy product and all that. It's still strong. But when they were able to, shift from the dollar and gold backed by gold back to just dollar bills backed by maybe fuel, petrol, or whatever, there was inflation. So what did the government do? They printed money. The Fed printed a lot of money, and used that money to buy back gold in stock. Now, what am I driving at? I'm driving at a system that they have made you to believe the money in your pocket is valuable, but they are storing gold. Can you understand the magic? They have made you to believe that save money, save money in your pocket, or put it in the bank, or put it in an asset, but they are using the bills. They can even print the bills and buy gold and stock it because they know forever gold wouldn't lose value. So most of the countries in the world have gold in reserve. The United Kingdom, the United States, China, Russia, whichever country you think of, your local country, Ghana, whatever, Africa, they have gold in stock. But they are telling you, go to school, okay, get a certificate, come and look for a job, start getting money. Money that they can go to the parliament, they can go to the Fed, they can go to the central bank to print. You should go and have certificate, come and work several hours and be paid minimum of it. Do you understand that? That is a complete shift in the system. The system is working in an opposite direction. But for them to divert your attention so that you wouldn't know what the system is really about, they've given you the education standard. Okay? So your value is backed by education, but their value is backed by gold. Your value is backed by education. As a matter of fact, in the society today, if you have master's degree, if you have PhD degree, they respect you. People reverence you, right? People see you as a lord because you have a PhD, because you're a professor. But once you die, once you are no more in that office, your children cannot even enter the office to pick a pen, no matter how high you rise. So you see what they have done? They have put ranks in every job. When you are a teacher, there's a head teacher, there's a CS, a security supervisor, there's a district director, there's a regional director, there's what do you call the director general. So in your mind, you have shifted all your attention from everything about the system and you are focusing on becoming the head teacher. After the head teacher, you want to become a security supervisor. After that, you want to become a director, you want to become a regional director, and then you want to become the director general. Now, when you leave office as director general, your children cannot even call themselves head teachers automatically because their father was director general. They also have to go through the same educational standard. Look, when we are talking like this, we are not telling you to leave your job. No, I am also a jobber. I work for somebody. But what I'm trying to let you understand is, we have to begin to shift our mentality and realize that the system is working against you. The system is not working for you, it is working against you. But we need to keep you busy so that you don't realize it. We need to tell you that when you attain degree, it's not the end. Go back for masters. We need to let you keep yourself busy. Go back for PhD. Go back for professorship. Write articles, write research, write books. Let them call you and then honor you with professorship. You understand that? So when you keep yourself busy, then the system is working somewhere silently. This is what the world is all about. Every part of the world. It is not only Africa, it's not only Europe, it's not only Asia, it's not only, it is every part of the world. The system works in this direction. Look, in 2021, there were rumors and speculations that the Bank of Ghana printed 44 billion Ghana cedis. The question is, as Robert Kiyosaki has always asked, why do you have to work for money when people are printing it? They can print any amount of quantity they want, provided it's approved by the parliament and the central bank, and then they can use that money to stock more gold, to stock more silver, more minerals, while you save your bills, while you save your papers in the bank, while you save your papers in some asset, but they are buying gold. And it's so pathetic that we have people living in Ghana today. They see people digging gold out of the soil, but they think it is only the rich people who can buy gold. Why? Because that is what the system wants you to know. We limit your thinking. We limit your ideas. You can no more imagine. There's a picture painted for you that when you go to school and come back, when you have your degrees, your masters, your PhDs, you will get a better job. That's a picture painted for you. How can you imagine extra? How can you imagine beyond that? You cannot. That is what the system has done. So when you see someone with a PhD, you admire the person. This is where I want to be. But that person has not even got peace. It is the politician who is happy with life because they know the system. They know what the system is going, where the system is leading, and they move with the system. But we have taught you, or they have taught you, to think the opposite direction of the system. So while the system is going right, you are going left. Okay? When the system is moving forward, you are moving backward. That is what it's all about. Now, let me ask you a question. If education or your certificates carry much value, why don't they take the money and buy certificate and keep and store them, as in the future the certificate will appreciate in value? If the certificate were so valuable for your generation, okay, is the university you did your degree or your master's the richest institution in the country? That's what you should ask yourself. What value are they adding that they are not the richest institution in the country? Maybe a common alcohol or beverage company is richer than your university. So tell me, how would you convince me that this institution is going to add more value to me than I could ever imagine? And that is the picture they have created. They have painted this picture. Look, if you are a young guy or a young lady listening to this now, you have to begin to imagine beyond what the system is telling you. You have to begin to imagine, why is the system this way? Question. You have to be inquisitive. You have to question the system. Because why is it that every state has a gold reserve? Every country is looking for gold reserve. As a matter of fact, recently, many countries that had their gold stored in the United Kingdom, in the United States, asked for repatriation of their gold back into their states. Now we are looking at things going on, BRICS and dollar will come down and all that. And many of the young guys are just in blind. They are in the dark. They don't even know what is going on in the world. That is the system. You are thinking of your assignment. You are thinking of your homework. You are thinking of the research your professor gave you. That is what you are thinking. While the politicians who know the system are busily printing money, stocking gold, like the United States did. They printed many bills, trillions of bills, to work against the system because many people rushed for gold and they didn't have much gold. They had to print money, buy more gold, and move out of the what? The gold standard. That means they took access of gold from the citizens. So when you knew that, or when they promised you that for every $1 bill, you had a gold reserve of it, they now said, no, we are breaking that promise. You no longer have access to any gold. Meanwhile, the government has bought so much gold in stock. So as a matter of fact, if the system of the world or the world economy crashes today, your government will not collapse because they have gold. and that is the world standard. It will never depreciate. But you have your money in the bank. You have your money in your pocket, in your wallet, in your mobile money account. You are going to lose everything because it's going to be worthless. Do you understand that? And because you are young and you've not lived to witness so many things, when they tell you some of these things, you think it's just a joke or an imagination. But it's the reality. If you read histories, if you look at the world economy, how revolutions happen, how world changes happen in the world economy, how the world order changes from one country to the other, where the superpowers go somewhere and everybody follows. If you begin to question yourself and do a research on this, you would understand that the system is perfectly working against you. But they are keeping us busy. Okay? They are keeping you busy. You are thinking that, okay, now I am a banker or I'm just a teller in the bank. I need to do some professional courses. I need to do some other courses so that I can progress to be a customer service officer or customer service manager or to be the operations manager or to be the general manager or to be the MD, the managing director, or to be the CEO of this. Meanwhile, that is not your company. And the moment you are no more, that access to that company or that access to that office ceases. Your wife, your children, your grandchildren, nobody can have access to that. But the politician has stored gold in vaults. They have stored gold legitimately. And even when they are no more there, the value is there. Their children can have access to it. Look, if you are a young guy, begin to think. When we tell you this way, you think we don't like you to have the masters. You think we don't want you to have the PhDs, the professorship and all that. It is beautiful. You need to have it. That is what the world knows. That's what the world respects. You need to have them. But let me ask you, do you know the qualification of Donald Trump? Have you even heard anybody talking about the qualification, the academic qualification or the academic credentials of Joe Biden? Have you heard people talking about the academic credentials of your country's president? Value is not in certificate. You need to know that, yes, as a society member, it is your responsibility to contribute to the working environment. So you need a job. You need to work for somebody. As a member of the society, it's your obligation to work. But it is also your duty to think about your future when you are working for somebody. What are you building so that in the near future, value depreciation will not catch up with you? And I look at some data about gold prices. And in 2004, gold, the price of gold was about $363. Okay. But just in 2011, 7 years later, 7 years, gold price became $1,571. Do your mathematics. Go and check inflation for 2004 and check inflation in 2011 and see if you kept $363 down in 2004. Check the value of that same bill, that same dollar bill in 2011, and you will know what it is when you are saving your money and keeping value in paper. Your government is aware that this paper is just a bill. So we need to have something backing the paper so that when the paper goes useless, we the government, we the central bank will not lose. It is the citizens that will lose because they don't have access. And you think it is only someone with a $1 million in his account that can buy gold. And you think it is only someone who has millions of Ghana cedis who can buy gold. That's what you think. That's what the system has made you to think. Right? No teacher is even thinking about buying assets like gold, silver, diamond, or whatever. Why? Because you think your salary is meaningless, it cannot buy. That is the system. It colonizes your brain, directs you in a certain direction, and makes that place look more valuable to you. But that is fake. Okay, your life is backed by education, while the government's life, the institution's life is backed, your central bank is backed by gold. So when everything crashes, they will take their gold, go to the international market, get more bills back. They are strong. They control you again. My brother, my sister, as you pursue education, as you pursue the system, begin to question. Excuse me to say, you are not a lunatic. You went to school to get inquisitive mindset. You went to school to train your mind to think critically and ask questions. Where is the education? Why are you not asking questions? Why are you not thinking about the system? Why are you not questioning the system? Why are you just quiet? Why are you silently dying in poverty when many people are succeeding, when many people are storing value in gold, silver, diamonds, and all that? You are dying because of bills, paper bills. When your central bank knows that the real value is not in the paper, but only in gold. Because the paper you are holding, today you are buying something, the next moment you cannot use the same money to buy. You are losing purchasing power every day. Why? Question the system. Ask questions. Begin to question your mind. Look for research. Go to TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. It is very easy to find information these days. You don't have any excuse. Tomorrow when you fail, you have failed. You failed yourself. Nobody failed you. The government didn't fail you. The government only had to do what it is doing now to have autonomy over the citizens, to have autonomy over the country. If they don't do that, they cannot control the system. You understand that? If the citizens are richer than the government cannot control. So they need to put those systems in place, make you busy, aggressively busy on education, looking for certificates and all that, while they are silently storing value, good value, so that anytime they are steps ahead of you, millions of steps ahead of you. You can treat this information as whatever you want, call it anything, insult me, tell me whatever you want, or just tell me that, okay, who are you? This young guy is speaking like he knows all. I don't know all, but I do research and I question. Okay? So if you want to know more, go and research and find out whether what I'm saying is true or false. If it's false, comment. If it's not false, you would understand that perfectly. Our minds have been diverted. You see, they have painted that picture for you and I. Just follow it. You will succeed. How many people have you seen them mentioning their success, motivating you with their success because they are professor? Once they die, it ends there. Do you want to be the same? That's why I'm talking to you. You are 20 years, you are 25 years, you are 30 years, you are 35 years. It is not too late. And you don't need to have many papers in your pocket, as much as you can. You don't need to have as much as 1 million Ghana cedis, thousands of Ghana cedis, hundreds of thousands of Ghana cedis before you can buy gold. Go and look for information. Store your value well. Your value is not in the paper. Your value is not in education. You need education just to show society that you are also clever, you are also experienced, you are also smart, you can also learn, you are a professional in this. But that is not your real value. Okay? Just like the government needed paper to show you that this is money, but the real value is in the gold. You need to have certificate, but the real value is not in the certificate. You understand the analysis? If you don't, you need to rethink. And I am telling you that I'm challenging you, right? If you think that education is the real value, ask or search about the most richest or the richest institutions in your country and find out whether one of your universities is part of it or not. Just find out. Find out the value the universities are creating. Is it translating into ideas that bring money? Or is just the certificate they are giving you? Find out. And I bet you'll be surprised that A beverage company is richer than your best university. A pure water selling factory might be richer than your university. That's a fact. The value is not in education, it's not in the papers. It is what you learn and how you manipulate what you learn and translate it into a valuable asset. It's just like the way computers work. You need to collect raw data, process the raw data, get a meaningful outcome or information, and then get a feedback from it, analyze it, go through again and get another data. That is how your life should be. Learn, translate it into the environment, make some changes, add value to your life, go back and learn something new, come and add value to your life, not to just be looking for a certificate. And the last thing is, you think you must retire in your job. Why that? Why is everybody thinking that I want to retire as a teacher? I want to retire as a nurse. I want to retire as a doctor. There are so many things you can do, but you have been trained to fix your mind. So I always use teachers for an example because I am a teacher. So you see teachers graduating from college, getting posted as soon as possible. I need to do my degree in education quickly because now I have diploma. Those who come out with degree, I need to do my master's in education. I need to fit in that senior high school. You see how they have trained your mind? They have trained you to follow that pattern. Once you enter into teaching, bam, don't change your mind. And you want to retire as a teacher at all costs. That's a misguided priority. There are so many things in the world. There are so many things in your country you can do. You can be a teacher today, but be in the parliament tomorrow. You can be a teacher today, but be a CEO of a bank tomorrow. But why do you fix your mind? Why have they painted that picture for you that the moment you enter teaching, you should be there till you retire? Why? Why is it so in your mind? Why? Question that. Ask yourself. Ask yourself and find a way to address that by yourself. Look, if you don't imagine beyond the system, what the system has painted for you is what you will follow. And that system is made to keep you on the best average. Not anything higher, but average. But at worst, poor. The system wants to keep you that way so that dominance will be given to your government. So the government can control. Just imagine a country where the citizens are richer than the government. Do you think that country will work? No. So the system is supporting the government more than it's supporting you and working against you. If you print money, you'll be arrested. The government prints money, it's okay. Okay, the government needs to just write a paper to parliament. Parliament will look at, okay, does printing of money conform with our production? Will it bring inflation or not? Because the supply of money into the system must be equal to what? The production or supply of what? Goods and services. So, is it equal? Yes, it's equal. We approve. Go to central bank. Central bank approve. They print. Paperwork. You need to go to school, come and sit in the class, teach for hours, work for hours, and they give you a peanut of what they printed. Think. You need to be smart. Store your value where it is most needed. If every country in the world is storing their value in gold, you should think. If every country in the world knows very well that what they have given you is just a fake bill, it's a paper, and it can go valueless, and they need to store the value in gold, you should think. Think. And that's why I'm charging you today to know that as a young guy, as a young lady, you need to plan ahead of the system. You need to think and question the system. Find answers to yourself. Satisfy your curiosity. The system is never going to work for you. It's working against you, and you need to improve yourself to bypass it. This is the Palm in Spice, and I will see you every day to give you videos that will propel your mind to think. I want you to shift your mind. I want you to have a mind shift, a total mind shift from what the system is telling you to what others have practiced and succeeded. Nobody has practiced the system and succeeded well. I told you, at best, it will keep you average. People who are able to succeed very well defy the system. They go against the system. I'm not talking about illegalities, but what the system wants you to conform to, they go outside of that and they succeed. Thank you for watching. I'll see you.